Hi everyone.
Hey guys,
I
lovely viewers.
I know we said we'd be back from a hiatus and all that other stuff, and we keep doing that, and it's really we're sorry. We apologize.
Sorry.
It's hard to keep a schedule with our busy schedules in terms of cranking all the videos out and stuff. But
We're trying.
right. So today we're going to talk about something that we think is important, especially in the albinism community, and that is
Self-esteem.
yeah. And frankly, just because I feel like since we are a little different, it is easy sometimes to feel a little alienated because people will, there's the in group and then there's the out group, and typically whatever's different is the out group, but
And
that's okay.
people are mean.
Right, right.
People are really mean, and most of the time it's because they're ignorant or jealous. I mean, hello. Beautiful.
And so we're going to talk about a couple ways to boost your self-confidence.
Starting with like style and just outer appearance,
Clothing,
in
hair.
general.
Not to sound too super superficial. Too superficial. Because it's actually not like that at all. In fact, a general rule is you feel good about pampering yourself. This isn't about pleasing other people, but when you pamper yourself, you feel there's just something about when you get a good haircut or you buy that outfit that fits just right, and you just kind of feel like you own the night or whatever. And we're looking to give you guys some tips on how to just kind of improve that self-esteem a little bit.
And we'll start with hair in general. Look for that style that works for you. Don't be afraid to try new things. There are so many haircuts that look good on so many different people, and really you just have to find that one that works best for you, that you feel good about.
Don't be afraid to go out and find a decent salon. You may spend a little bit more money, or you may not. It really just depends. But go out there and find somebody that's willing, just sit down in their chair and just say, hey, I want something stylish. Get something trendy. Because, I mean, with white hair, there's a lot of trendy things you can do with white hair. And we could get pretty crazy. It looks good. It's trendy.
And people are so jealous of this hair. I mean, I can't even... That's like one of the common jokes in the albinism community is everybody comes up to you and they're just like, oh, I want your hair, or they want to touch it, or they're like, what hair dye did you use for this hair? And you're like, it's natural.
And don't be weirded out. Looking good attracts some people. You're going to attract some viewers of your own. So, if you're a girl, layers look really good, especially with our hair, because it really separates things. If you're a guy, we have white hair, and so we don't have like a lot of shadowing or texture because it's all the same color and you can't really tell. So you go and get it texturized, and it kind of gives it that edgy kind of bedhead, cool, casual kind of look. And you'd be surprised how it can not only change the way you feel, but it changes the look of your face, a little bit. A haircut does a lot for somebody's face. And
it just does a lot of good. So find what works for you and rock it.
Speaking, before we move on, since we're talking about hair, I know there's a lot of people in the albinism community that get a lot of flack for dyeing their hair. I actually used to be one of those people. I went through a phase where I decided to dye my hair, and it wasn't because I was insecure about me or anything. I just thought, legitimately, I wonder what I would look like as like a brunette or whatever. And I went through this phase. If you have me on Facebook, you can go way back to Ashley's like prom pictures where I went with her to prom and I dyed my hair.
It's not a different person.
Yeah, no,
It's him.
I'm the same person. Yeah. And I dyed my hair brown, like a dark brown, my eyebrows. I even went to a special place to have them dye my eyelashes.
It was intense.
And then I decided to grow out a goatee because I'm a college kid at a high school prom, so I wanted to
creepy
be cool. Yeah, in retrospect, it's not as cool. But anyways, so I grew out a goatee and had that dyed brown. So I was all about the dye, and like I said, it wasn't covering anything up.
That's what I was going to say. As far as hair dye and people with albinism, it's usually not... I mean, some people are not comfortable with the white hair, and they want to cover it up. And you know what? If that's what makes them feel better about themselves, that's fine. And even for the people...
I was just going to say...
And people with albinism, sometimes they just think that the platinum isn't the best look for them, and that's fine too. Going back to the whole thing of find what works for you
It's not
and
about
rock it.
covering yourself up or
No.
anything like that. A lot of people will say, oh, don't do that because you're not being true to yourself. Really, if the entire world operated like that, there wouldn't be any makeup, there wouldn't be any hair dye at all, because what you were born with is what you stayed with, and so many other things. So, really, it's no different than any other person going and dyeing their hair or wearing
No.
makeup or anything like that. So don't feel bad about it. Do what you like. Do what's going to boost your self-esteem. If you think, "Oh man, I'm going to," if you're a girl and you're like, "Oh man, I'm going to be hot as a redhead," then go on and do your thing. Boost that self-confidence. Get that haircut, get that hair dye. Do what works for you. Do what's going to make you feel good.
Exactly. And kind of moving forward to the makeup side of things, I guess, Matt, you're gonna have to stay on to this one.
You mean I don't have a good foundation on?
Sorry, Betty. Sorry. But for girls, I mean, I dye my eyebrows. I'm sure you can tell. If I don't, they're as white as my hair. And I use mascara and eyeliner and foundation. Not, once again, not because I'm ashamed of albinism and I'm trying to cover it up. That's
She's
not
just being a regular girl.
Yeah, like so many girls out there, the majority of girls out there either wear makeup or experiment with it, or it, like, some people don't wear a whole lot, some people do wear a whole lot, and I mean, this is what I think that looks good for me, and that's what I'm comfortable
And
with.
it's not being superficial. It's just when you put work into you, you feel better about yourself because it's something you've worked on yourself. You're presenting the world a finished product. Hey, this is me. This isn't just some sloppy, like, hey, how's it going? I didn't really try. It's like, hey, I'm presenting something that I actually, I maintain, I work on, and it shows, and it comes off as very confident.
And this isn't even saying, like, I can go in public without my makeup and things like that. It's not even like if I don't you can ask the people that I go to school with, bless y'all's hearts, because I don't do, like, eye makeup and everything every day. I don't have time for that.
I don't even do my hair every day. Sometimes I just roll out of bed with yesterday's hair. And that's the thing. Once you get to a point where you're confident, regardless of what you do, then that's really going to show through. But this is for some people who they're kind of lost. They don't really have that self-confidence established yet. And so sometimes a haircut, a change of style, something like that is going to help them feel more important, help them feel more confident in themselves. And once you get to that point, then you can slack off. You could be like, you know what? I look good no matter what I do. I'm just going to blah. And then when you do that, regardless of how you're actually looking, that confidence will show through, and confidence is attractive.
Absolutely. And just to reiterate, as far as makeup, I mean, people with albinism that use makeup use it to enhance things that they already have, not to cover it up completely.
Just like anybody else. We're
Exactly.
just like everybody else.
Please get that through people's heads.
Right.
We are totally normal, for the most part.
And then style in terms of clothing. There's just something to be said about clothes that accentuate what you have.
Wear whatever you're comfortable with. It's not like because you have albinism you have to wear this style. That would just be silly. I mean, you're a normal person, so wear whatever you're comfortable with. Be fun, be fashionable, be whatever you want to be, and be confident in whatever you're wearing. Love it.
And we're not trying to be brandists, but obviously
No.
there are certain brands or stores that tailor better to your body type, or tailor to your body type better than other places. For example,
and you have to kind of pick and choose, like, try stuff on in all kinds of places, because you're not going to know until you try stuff on.
When you find that right thing, you're going to notice it when you look in the mirror, because you're going to look at yourself, and when you look at yourself and you go, all right, I look pretty good, then you know that you're also presenting that to other people, and other people are going to notice. When you feel good, people notice, because once again, there's that confidence shining through.
So basically, don't try to find clothes to conceal yourself and hide your albinism. Do things to embrace it, bring it out, have fun with it, and do what makes you look like you, what you feel like. I mean, it's your expression. So express yourself and be
And I have to
confident.
say one thing in terms of colors. Ashley has turned me on to colors. I used to have a pretty plain wardrobe, and it had a lot of maybe like a blue, a lot of whites, blacks, and grays. Which don't get me wrong, and I've
It's
heard this
fine.
several times. Blacks happen to look really good on us because of the contrast. Dark colors do look really good on us, but so do bright colors. That's the great thing about being so pale. White goes with just about everything. So as you can tell, Ashley's wearing like an orange top with something pink in here. You know, just like a lot of colors. It's bright. Take that into consideration. Play around. Have a little fun. Go out and look at what's trendy. Um,
And even with the whole color thing, like Matt said, I'm a huge color person. He is now a converted color person. And with albinism, usually it's a good idea to wear things that like are either colorful or they like colorful accessories that bring color to your face and really light up who you are, if that makes sense.
this looks like a darker shirt, but in
It's
real life,
really blue.
it's actually like a brighter blue than it looks on
It's a really
than it
nice
looks on the
blue.
computer here.
um, and color related, I guess. Self tanners is a huge topic in the albinism community recently. A lot of people get, once again, kind of with the hair dyeing thing, a lot of people get a lot of slack for doing self tanners or getting spray tans.
You're trying to cover up your paleness.
Yeah,
It's
stop
really
trying to cover
stop
who
being
you
in love with the
are.
paleness. Okay, embrace it. That's cool. If you don't, it's just like anything else.
It's
People do what they like.
fine.
It's
I just, oh my goodness. I mean, I don't personally do it just because I think that I look better pale. Um,
I've done it a
and
couple times, but the cost and being a guy, us guys aren't really that excited about maintenance. So I'm like, it wears off in a couple days. I wasn't too thrilled with it. So for me,
but
not my biggest thing. But if that's what you're into, then by all
that's
means go
fine.
for it.
And
You
if
want
you want
that.
to try it to see, because I know a lot of people in the albinism community, even if they don't continuously do it, they'll do it during the summertime or they'll try it out just to see what it looks like because it's like you're kind of curious. And that's totally understandable. And like, so try it. If you like it, keep doing it. If you don't, then it's not a big deal.
If that's something that you're into, by all means, rock it.
No, definitely. I mean, and there's something to be said for curiosity and try out. I mean, it's like with anybody else, whether you have albinism or not, try out some things. Most things probably aren't going to work. And then you're going to find that those one or two things that do work and you love it. So just experiment, play, and do what everyone else does.
And don't be afraid of conformity or whatever. There's a reason why there's certain styles that are popular, and that's because they look good on a lot of people, or they make people look pretty good. So, don't be afraid to pick up a magazine, see what the latest trends are, pick up some things, get some style tips, stuff like that. And before you know it, you'll be feeling pretty confident. That self-esteem, you're going to realize that you look good, and people take notice of the fact that you look good, and that's going to make you even happier.
And even as far as like playing around, and even if you find that those things that you love and you really think that they really are a true expression of who you are, and they may not be mainstream or whatever the technical word would be, but don't be worried about what people say or anything like that. Like, that's just silly, and people are going to be mean regardless. So, I mean, I'm sure Matt and I still get stares and little snickers and whatever. I mean, it doesn't really bother us because we can't see the stairs anyway. So
That's the perk to being blind.
yeah. So really it works out, and as long as you're confident and you're happy, that's all that really matters. And the people that know you and care about you, they're going to see that. And that's honestly, at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. So be confident, be happy. You have albinism, but that's fine. I mean, we like it, so. And we matter, obviously.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we've both come a long way. We both used to be
Oh
shy
my
and
gosh. I'm
insecure.
not even gonna lie, I'm gonna throw it out there. I used to be kind of what the mainstream would consider a loser in high school. I was not the most popular kid, nor did I have a very good style. I didn't wear all the clothes that fit me very well. Um, I just had like I just it it wasn't pretty. But then I started to grow up a little bit, started taking care of myself, putting a little more work into my appearance, and then I started noticing that other people took notice of my change in appearance. And then that made me feel really good, and that brought my self-esteem up, and now I'm to the point where I can look bad and feel comfortable about it. And that's really what self-esteem is. I mean, when you can look bad but feel like you look good, then you're good. You've got pretty good self-esteem.
Yeah, and for me in high school, I was, oh my word, I was super shy. I didn't talk to many people.
Now she won't stop talking.
Yeah, it's a problem. um, I'm sorry. Um, but I was so shy. I mean, I really enjoyed talking to people, but I wouldn't initiate anything. I just wasn't, and it wasn't because I had albinism or whatever. I was insecure. I think it was just me, and I mean, I wasn't confident in who I was because I didn't have a sense of style really. I wore these horrible t-shirts and these I don't even yeah, I had no idea what I was doing. And even with makeup, I had no clue on this earth what I was doing. I used to wear this like mask of makeup that looked awful because I didn't know how to match anything, and it's hard to find matches for people with albinism. I think I've almost got it down now, but high school's a different story. But needless to say, like in the last few years, I've really come around and played around and experimented and found things that worked for me, and now I'm so happy and confident. And that's what really matters. So I'm happy with where we are. I hope that this helps some of you, or hopefully it'll help somebody that you know. And if you have any other questions, please let us know.
Yeah. Just to recap, go get a haircut, do a little shopping, pamper yourself is the main key, and feel good about yourself.
Definitely. Well, we'll try to keep the videos coming at a more steady pace, and look forward to the next time.
We'll see you next time, guys.
Toodles!
Bye.